Hello and welcome back to the channel, Gary's Horror Drive-In. Today I've got a total of 7 titles I want to show that I just picked up off of eBay. Different sellers that I kind of go to. I don't like to name them because if I go and name who they are, that's when everybody will flock and I mean, you can kind of put 2 and 2 together, like a lot of like the stuff I like, just the many videos I have here on the channel. I got like 13 total videos because I had 2 other channels that I was having a bit of problem. My computer was not keeping my login, so I had to switch them several times. I don't know if there's something going on with the memory with the computer, but let's get started. Off the top here. This just come today. I got it in the mail. This is I want to say this is a Spanish version of Apt Pupil right here. Late great Brad Renfro and Ian McKellen, who plays from Lord of the Rings. I can't think of his name right now. Yeah, I'm blanking on his name. That's what happens when you go live. That's one of the downtrodden things that happens when you go live. But this is directed by Bryan Singer, and I would read what it's about, but it's all Spanish and whatnot. But I had to grab it. It's really pricey right now. Apt Pupil. I'm assuming because of Brad Renfro passing away has something to do with it. This is a region-free disc. I picked this up on eBay from a pretty steady seller that I've gotten from in the past. He tends to get these really hard to find ones. It's out of 1998 and clocks in at 111 minutes. Really kind of almost the scariest movie made in a long time in a way, because like this kid's obsessed with seeing Ian McKellen perform as a neo-Nazi soldier, and Ian McKellen's trying to bury it. He's trying to get past the fact that he was a neo-Nazi soldier, and he kind of still has the stuff around, but he's kind of burying it because I think he realizes over time he's did wrong as a Nazi enthusiast, or whatever you want to say, with him being a soldier. But Apt Pupil here with Brad Renfro, he basically wants him to bring out his inner Nazi soldier, and it's really, like I say, to me it's probably one of the creepiest movies ever, because he gets inside the head of Ian McKellen, and once he does, there's really no off switch for Ian McKellen, and he really brings out the whole Nazi soldier kind of thing. It really stays with you, this movie, and just some of the marching scenes that the Nazis did, like during the Jewish death camps and whatnot. I don't know. This disc here in particular has 7 minutes approximately of trailers and the making of, so it's probably got some pretty cool stuff on here. It says it has obviously English audio, and yeah, this is an Italian release. In Italian, this would be 𝙈𝙊𝙑 𝙞𝙀. But that's Apt Pupil. Really cool film. You get a chance to see this one, I would grab it as soon as I could. Here, like I said, it really stays with you, and even after all this time back in, like I said, 1998, it's, 20, 30, 25, how long is it? I'm trying to think, 1998, 27 years ago, this film still sticks with me. That's what I mean, it's a really creepy film, in a way. And not for the scariness, but with the realism of the whole Nazi thing with the Jews and whatnot. It's a really creepy, mind-inducing kind of film. Kind of keeps you on the edge of your seat. Highly recommend this one. Check that one out. And then the main one here I was supposed to show from the beginning, but I don't know if many people know of this one. This is a movie starring Rutger Hauer, Split Second, the MVD movie collection. Kind of like the throwback slip kind of look, kind of like that 80s video store look that they have. This is also from 101 Films, and I've gotten a number of 101 films. Approximate 91 minutes. I see some people say that this was direct to video. This was not direct to video. This actually saw limited release. I was lucky enough to catch it back in the day at my local cinema. I don't know, when I saw the trailer for it, it just said watch me. So I was probably one of the rare people to see this opening weekend when it came out. It just comes with a collectible mini poster inside. Whole slew of special features I don't want to get involved with here because there's a lot in here. But it stars Rutger Hauer from Blade Runner, Kim Cattrall, who played Macy. I can't think of her name. In Big Trouble in Little China. Let's see. Rookie detective named Durkin, played by Alistair Duncan. I don't know. Really, I don't really remember who all played in this, but it's a really good sci-fi film. Is what I was going to say. But I love the cover here. Very, very deep, back in the day video store cover like here. Let's look at the back. But these are all the special features it comes with. And like I said, it comes with a mini poster. And this is region free. It's saying Moonstone Pictures as well. So, but again, very happy to add this one. I really like this one too. Had to have that one. But right off the top, two must-haves, I would say, in my opinion. But you don't have to listen to me. But this one I caught the other night because this was part of the horror pack. I didn't actually get this in the horror pack because it's being there's a story. Well, I don't know, it's not a story, but it's actual factual story that apparently 6 or 7 cases of movies for horror pack went missing because of UPS or Postal Service or something. But this was part of the very last horror pack for July. It's presented by Joe Lansdale, writer of Bubba Hotep in Cold in July. It was the perfect score, but hell was a reward. Pretty cool little film, kind of like in the vein of, like if you took From Dusk Till Dawn and made it witches instead of vampires, kind of like that in a way. Kind of has a vibe too of the a little bit with less. This one has less comedy, but it's kind of in the vein of the Western with Tremors as well. Number of actors have been in stuff that are in that's in this film. But I had to buy this one because I would feel like my last horror pack would be not fully complete. This is a Shudder exclusive, I believe, too, from RLJ Entertainment. And it clocks in at 96 minutes. I'll read this one because this one's really short. It's the Dalton gang finds shelter in a seemingly uninhabited ghost town after a train robbery goes south. Seeking help for their wounded leader, they are surprised to stumble upon a weekly brothel in the town square. But the beautiful women who greet them are actually a coven of witches with very sinister plans for the unsuspecting outlaws, and the battle between good and evil is just beginning. It comes with special features, the making of Pale Door, filmmaker commentary, and editing of the Pale Door. But I kind of like the cover, too, as well. Just kind of says, "Buy me," I think. I know I say that a lot about a lot of these, but this one is really good. I wasn't expecting much. I thought it would be just a quick cash in on like stuff like Bubba Hotep and things like that. But it's a really well-made film as well. It says it's a Region A, which Region 1. But, yeah, that's. I'm trying to see if there's who had directed it. Well, anyway, I guess it's. Well, no, I can't make it out too good. Like, when I'm, you get to be my age, it's a little harder to make these. Like some of these Blu-rays and stuff, like the writing, like the little tidbit writing, like down in the, the cast and stuff like that. It's so hard to read. Like it just looks jumbled in there. But yeah, I highly recommend this one too. So far, they're all high recommends so far this week from what I picked up. And then, I don't know how this one's passed me by in the collection, but I remember seeing this back in the theaters as well. Really fine cast here. think there was only one girl, I don't remember what she was in, but the rest of these girls have been in stuff. Robin Tunney, geez, I always flake out on her name. The girl from Scream, Sydney Prescott. I'm logging myself out of my computer right now, and I apologize. That's what I'm recording on. Okay, sorry about that. We're back. I mean, I know we were rolling on your end, but it wasn't on mine. But it's The Craft. It's devilishly delightful and deliciously wicked. Say that 1,000 times, huh? Sarah has always been different. So as the newcomer at St. Benedict's Academy, she immediately falls in with high school outsiders, but these girls won't settle for being a group of powerless misfits. They have discovered the craft, and they're going to use it. Critics are spellbound, calling the craft slick, shrewd, touching, funny, and most appropriately downright mean, says Arthur Sam from San Diego Union Tribune. This one's rated R, region free. Let's see, trying to figure out the cast here. Okay, it has 𝙈𝙑𝙑𝙞𝙀, who is right here. She played Vicky Valancourt, in Waterboy. Robin Tunney, who played in Empire Records. Nev Campbell, that's what I'm thinking of. And I'm not sure who Rachel, maybe somebody out there tonight could tell me what Rachel True played in. She's the female here on the end. I'm not familiar with her work, but as far as that goes, I know 3 out of the 4. This was a really fun film back in the day. It's rated R, as I say. I was really surprised this one was rated R, because I don't remember anything really rated R about this one. Trying to find out how long it is. It doesn't even seem possible I seen this back almost 30 years ago. It doesn't, I mean, I guess in a way, it does seem like it's been that long in a way, too, because, like, I can't really remember much about this, but I do remember enjoying this and always wanting a sequel, and we got one, and that's what I'm going to be showing soon here, or next. Yeah, that's what I'm showing next, a sequel, but, yeah, I highly recommend this one, too. I had a lot of fun with this one. Look at the back, and that's The Craft. Okay, pulling up The Craft 2 Legacy. I don't think it's listed as Craft, but, and I apologize about my ringtone. People always tend to bother me when I'm recording. I don't know why. This comes complete with the Blu-ray digital code. The Ritual Begins Again. This is from Blumhouse as well. It's rated PG-13. And this one went down in rating. It went from a rated R to PG-13. But anybody out there tonight, you want the digital, let me know in the comments, because I'm not a digital copy collector. You're more than welcome, first come, first serve if you want it. You're the first one in the comments. I'll be glad to get with you somehow on it and give you the code, because like I say, I'm not, like, what do they call it, when people worry about the slip covers, like a slip Nazi or whatever they say about them. I'm not big on that either. I don't like slip covers. I know a lot of people out there do, but I have OCD, and if I get a slip cover and it's all warped and bent, I just wish they just never give it to me, because it just sends my OCD into another level. But I think this is the reason why people give Blumhouse a lot of problems, is because this wasn't on the level of the first Craft, and this was Blumhouse produced, and they always go for the PG-13. It's like they always seem to dumb down the horror, like in terms of like, aggressive horror or whatever, and make it PG-13 to kind of get. I get why they do it, because you can probably get more people in the theater on a PG-13, unless a rated R one's really getting a lot of good buzz, but you can get, a lot of kids on the fence that aren't 17 or 18 can get in to see that, this PG-13, but when it's rated R, it's a little harder to get past movie, the people that, the ones that grow around the movie theater. I'm blanking on what they're called, but you know what I mean. And Christy Hutchko from IGN says it's wickedly fun and bewitching. I don't think it's a horrible sequel by any means, but I don't think it delivers like the first one did. And the cast is not half as likable as the one from the first one. But there is a little tidbit in the end that ties this one to that one. So watch for that. I'm not going to say what goes on because I don't want to ruin, in case somebody out there tonight has seen that. But like I said, if you want the Blu-ray digital copy, let me know, and I'd be glad to give that to you. But it's got to be you got to directly come out and ask me for it. And, you got to be like one of the first people, and you're welcome to it. Because like I said, I don't keep the digital copies. And then another one, and I mildly approved the Craft Legacy. I wouldn't say I loved it, but this next one I did love, and this too. Okay, well, no, I thought this one come with a Blu-ray digital copy, but I guess not. But this is a serial killer movie starring Nicolas Cage, John Cusack, and Vanessa Hudgens. The Frozen Ground. Basically, this takes place in Alaska, the hunt for Alaska's most prolific serial killer. And if you wait around to the credits of this one, you would not believe all the people this man, John Cusack, is killed. Like they kind of trace the dead bodies to him. And this was based on a true story. I think that's what makes it all the more scary, too, knowing this really went on. This is also from Grindstone Pictures. Very highly recommend this one. I caught this one on a streaming service. I can't remember which one I caught it on. It's from... This one's 105 minutes in length, from 2013. Has Blu-ray bonus features, audio commentary with writer-director, interviews with cast crew, writing in the Frozen Ground, examining the Frozen Ground, and it has deleted scenes. This one's being compared to the movie Seven. I don't really see the connection, but basically the Frozen Ground is inspired by the incredible true story of Alaskan State Trooper Jack Holcomb, Nicolas Cage, as he sets out to end the murderous rampager Robert Hansen, John Cusack, a serial killer who went unnoticed for 13 years when a young street girl, Vanessa Hudgens, survives one of Hansen's attacks. She emerges with information which could lead to his arrest, but with local authorities siding with a seemingly friendly Hansen, it's up to Holcomb to expose the killer before he silences the key witness. Really good film. Another one I would put on the highly recommend list, and it is out there. It's from 2013. Really fun film. This is a Blu-ray DVD combo pack here, so it has the Blu-ray and DVD in here. Highly recommend this one. If you get a chance to check it out, I definitely would hunt it down. Really good film. And then my final one here stars Leonardo DiCaprio. It's called Intense, Gripping, and Unforgettable. This is Richard Roeper of the richardroeper.com site. It's a Martin Scorsese film called Shutter Island. And this, too, is another film that I highly recommend. It's rated R from 2010. Really long thriller, though. It clocks in at 2 hours and 18 minutes. It has a behind-the-scenes shutters and in the lighthouse. For some reason, it's saying in the back here, it's saying disc made in Germany. I don't know. I don't know if this is I don't really get that German vibe on the making of it here, but it's rated R. Basically, Academy Award-winning director Martin Scorsese, which I'm kind of surprised he kind of went this dark, because he doesn't tend to go much to this genre or at all. Once again, teams up with Leonardo DiCaprio in the spine-tingling or chilling thriller that critics say sizzles with so much suspense that it's not hot to the touch. When U.S. Marshal Teddy Daniels, DiCaprio here, arrives at the asylum for the criminally insane on Shutter Island, what starts as a routine investigation quickly takes a sinister turn. As the investigation unfolds and Teddy uncovers more shocking and terrifying truths about the island, he learns that there are some places that you never let you go. From 2010 as well. So I kind of went back to the old film, older films from the past 20 years from this haul. I don't know. I feel like today's 2020 and on have been a lot of it's been mundane, like these thrillers, but like from this like 1990 to 2010, that kind of thing. I feel like a lot of those films were well done. I am more partial to the 80s films, of course, but I felt like the golden era for me, like that wasn't the 80s, was like that 2000, 2010, that kind of thing. A lot of really good thrillers and PG-13 stuff that could pass for horror, that kind of thing. But yeah, this one's rated R for disturbing, violent content, language, and some nudity. And this one too has I'm blanking on his name, but from Breaking Away, it has the little dude there that punches the time clock in Breaking Away. He played Freddy Krueger. He has a small role in this as well. I think if you blink, you see him once and then you don't see him again, or he's not in it very much. But pretty creepy little thriller, and I highly recommend Shutter Island. I loved it when I see it back then. I'm sure it hasn't changed much at all, or the time's gone by. It's really aged badly, but kind of has that. I don't know if this actually takes place. It almost looks like they're having it take place like on a kind of like a rip off of a little bit of Alcatraz here. But yeah, that's Shutter Island. I highly recommend that one. And that's all I have for movies this week. I'm going to put these back in the box. And these will go in my movie room. This technically where I'm shooting tonight. It's not my. I haven't been shooting in my movie room because I kind of got to do some rearranging in there and stuff. But and I'm trying to promise what I put in the thumb this week. Right now is I'm going to be doing a swag opening here, if you will. Something I picked up. I couldn't resist. I'm a big fan of Sanford & Son, and I know this is a horror channel, but who doesn't like a good laugh or two, whether it be horror or comedy? But I had to pick this up. Pretty cool pickup here. I paid probably about $30 for it on eBay, but I had to have it. I love this show. I miss Red Fox, and it's this how about 5 across your lip, and I had to pick this one up. Really nice likeness of Fred Sanford here. I don't know, what do you guys think? Must-have shirt. I honestly, this is an extra large. I like to go a little bit bigger than myself, because these do shrink, and then when they shrink, they get a little tighter. But I had to pick this one up. Well worth the $30 I got, or paid for it. But that's my video this week. I hope everybody enjoyed what little content I provided this week. But that's my little haul. A little bit of a swag unboxing or unbagging, if you will. But tell your friends about Gary's Horror Drive-In. Make sure to get here early each and every week. Go all the good parking spots, go fast. And I'll be back next week. Hopefully, I'll have a bigger haul. I currently do, but I wanted to shoot this one first because I had already made the thumb. I'm not going to, you don't need to know all that, but I made the thumb and it was already in place. But I'm glad I did what I did, so it gives me something bigger to look forward to next week. And it's kind of that hat I was telling you about. It kind of goes with the Sanford & Son thing. It has the Sanford truck, and I can't remember what it all says up there. But that's my haul, and have a good night. Keep it horror, and I'll be back next week with more horror, of course, and a little bit more horror-centric this week, but it is what it is. Those were all horror films, the physical media, but they were with the unboxing or whatever, the shirt kind of made it something else. But thank you for watching, and I'll be back next week. Bye.